Okay. Hello, everyone. I forgot to run my bot until this music does not match my island vibe. Well, I mean, it should, because this game takes place on an island. So there you go. Maybe you just don't know what an island vibe sounds like. Okay, so we're gonna finish this game up. I'm gonna finish this game up. It's not gonna take long. Well, like gameplay-wise, it's not gonna take long. It's literally the final boss fight, and then the escape sequence, and then like an hour of cutscenes. So we might be here for a bit, but it will not. I won't be doing a lot. Basically. Anyway. So, let's see where this actually brings me up. I don't even know where it's gonna load me in. No, not reading the mission log. Gonna throw me like right in the beginning of the fight. Yes. Get right into it. Look at his little animations. Shoot his eyes out. Oh fuck. I quit my rations. Is it all damage? Oh yeah, alright. Blow up the crotch machine gun. Damn. Shoot him right in the dick. Take that, liquid. Oh. Can take that one. That's okay. Can I even destroy the crotch machine gun? Maybe I can. Taking a lot of shots. Alright, Liquid, your crotch can take some bullets. Alright, back to what I'm supposed to do. Hi, Zoe. You'll be fine. You'll live, I promise. That's not what I want you to aim at. Ow! There we go. Somebody remember to wear his cup.
to it.
Damn! Nice try, Snake!
Like then after that whole fight where he tries to shoot me, he's just like, oh, I can't see. I guess I'm gonna step on you.
Hurry! Get away! Gray Fox!
A name from long ago. It sounds better than Deep Throat. So is you. You look terrible, Snake. You haven't aged well.
That guy's got a gun for an arm. Sounds better than Deep Throat. Gray Fox is not the original Genji, but like, I feel like a lot of influence came from this.
Fox, stay out of this. What about Naomi? She's hell-bent on taking revenge for you.
Naomi.
You're the only one who can stop her.
No, I can't.
Why?
Because I'm the one who killed her parents. I was young then, and couldn't bring myself to kill her too. Oh, I felt so bad that I decided to take her with me. I raised her like she was my own blood, to soothe my guilty conscience. Even now, she thinks of me as her brother.
Fox.
Outwardly, we may have seemed like contented brother and sister, but every time I looked into her eyes, I trembled with fear. Tell her for me. Tell her that I was the one who did it.
There you are!
We're just about out of time. Here's a final present from Deep Throat. I'll stop it from away.
Get throated. Oh. Maybe that shouldn't be his catchphrase.
In the Middle East, we don't hunt foxes, we hunt jackals. Instead of foxhounds,
We use Royal Harriers!
That seems like a little much.
how
Liquid.
strong is that exoskeleton of yours? Snake, are you just going to sit by and watch him die?
This is pretty fucked up though.
A cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal! Freedom.
Now he can't see again.
Impressive! You are indeed worthy of the codename Fox, but now you're finished! Now, fire the stinger! Fox! Can you really shoot? You'll kill him too!
If I remember right, it won't let me.
Now, in
It's
front
no
of
good.
you,
I can't do
I
it.
can finally die.
It's no good. I can't do it.
After
It's no
Sands
good.
of Orlan,
I can't do
I
it.
was taken from the battle, neither truly alive nor truly dead. An undying
I
shadow
can't do
in
it.
a world of light. But soon it will finally end.
I can't shoot.
Yeah, every time I hit the fire button, he's like, no, I can't.
Die! Fox!
Snake, we're not tools of the government or anyone else. Fighting was the only thing I was good at. But at least, I always fought for what I believed in. Snake, farewell.
Fox! Foolish man. When death is entreated, the battle is decided.
I don't know why Otacon added a roar like a dinosaur function,
See? You can't protect anyone!
but I love that it exists.
Not even yourself!
Like, what an Otacon thing to do.
Die!
And we're back at it.
I see you!
I also just took off my body armor. Can I blow off his dick laser now? Or is it just like stop it for a little bit? Yeah, it doesn't seem like I can, or it takes way too much ammo to destroy it, if I can. So we're not gonna bother. Alright, enough screwing around, no more rations left. There might be some around the arena, but... Oh.
I'll crush you into dust!
I love the idea that there's like this walking battle tank that can fire nukes, but like really the moral of the story is if you just hit anything enough with missiles, it'll die. Just gently leans against the wall.
Sleeping late as usual, eh, Snake?
Liquid, you're still alive.
I won't
We just
die.
raised his shoulders a little bit out of his back.
Still live.
Too bad. It looks like your revolution was a failure.
Just because you've destroyed Metal Gear doesn't mean I'm done fighting.
Fighting? What are you really after?
The restoration of the era when warriors such as us lived as we should.
That was Big Boss's fantasy.
It was his dying wish. When he was young during the Cold War, the world needed men like us. We were valued then. We were desired. But things are different now. With all the liars and hypocrites running the world, war isn't what it used to be. We're losing our place in a world that no longer needs us. A world that now spurns our very existence. You should know that as well as I do. After I launch this weapon and get our $1 billion, we'll be able to bring chaos and honor back
I wonder
to
how
this
much,
world
like,
gone soft.
subtext you can pull out of this for like how we
shall
treat
breed
veterans after
conflict.
wars and stuff.
New hatreds will arise, and our own biosphere shall steadily expand.
But as long as there are people, there will always be war.
But the problem is balance. Father knew what type of a balance was best.
Is that the only reason?
Isn't that reason enough for warriors such as us?
So, you know, you live here.
I don't want that kind of world.
Ha! You lie. So why are you here then? Why do you continue to follow your orders while your superiors betray you? Why did you come here? Well, I'll tell you then. You enjoy all the killing, that's why.
What?
Are you denying it? Haven't you already killed most of my comrades?
I don't know how they died. I tranquilized them.
I watched your face as you delivered the coup de grace. Oh, it reflected such vitality.
You're wrong.
There is a killer inside you. You don't have to deny it. We were created to be that way.
I only killed a lot of people in an alternate timeline.
Les enfants terribles. The terrible children. That's what the project was called. It started in the 1970s. Their plan was to artificially create the most powerful soldier possible. The person that they chose as the model was a man known then as the greatest living soldier in the world.
Big Boss.
But Father was wounded in combat and already in a coma when they brought him in.
Wounded in combat.
They created us.
Now his
from
helicopter
his
exploded.
cells, with a combination of 20th century analog cloning and the super baby method.
The super baby method.
Baby method.
Why I'm so productive.
They
I used the
fertilized
super
an
baby
egg with
method.
one of Father's cells, and then let it divide into 8 clone babies. Then they transferred the clones
Speaking of
to
babies.
someone's uterus, and
No.
later intentionally aborted 6 of the fetuses to encourage strong fetal growth. You and
Your super baby.
were
Yes, he is,
originally
yeah.
octuplets.
Octuplets.
Yes. The other 6 of our brothers were sacrificed to make us.
And then this
We
gets
were
accomplices
of
retconned.
murder before the day we were even born. So, it was you and I, 2 fertilized eggs with exactly the same DNA. But they weren't finished yet. They used me as a guinea pig to create a phenotype in which all of the dominant genes were expressed to create you. I got all the recessive genes. You took everything from me before I was even born. But you and I aren't his only children.
What?
The Genome Soldiers. They too are his progeny, carrying on his genetic legacy. But unlike us, they carry it digitally. With the completion of the Human Genome Project in the last century, the mysteries of humanity were laid bare. Thanks to Father's DNA, they were able to identify more than 60 soldier genes responsible for everything.
Oh, there's gonna be a lot of that at the end of this game. That's why this is why I saved and stopped.
Those soldier genes were transplanted using gene therapy into the members of the next generation special forces. That's how they became the Genome Soldiers. That's right. The Genome Soldiers that you've been killing right and left are our brothers with the same genes as
We killed like 10 of
The
them.
Genome Soldiers.
They are misshapen creatures, artificially produced from Father's genetic pattern. They are our blood brothers, and they were born of many an ultimate sacrifice.
Sacrifices?
Game's really struggling sometimes to keep the frame rate.
Human experiments. 1991, the Gulf War. The military secretly injected soldiers with the soldier genes. The Gulf War syndrome that hundreds of thousands of returning soldiers complained about was a side effect of it.
Ha! Everyone knows that the Gulf War syndrome was caused by exposure to pesticides and radiation from depleted uranium rounds.
That was just a cover story issued by the Pentagon. First, they tried to say it was
Another video is hard. I really struggle. It's really struggling with these FMVs.
Then chemical, biological weapons, the poison gas detection units, and anti-sarin injections. They were all just to cover up the secret.
It's really not happy right now.
So the so-called Gulf War babies that have been reported by Gulf War veterans are...
I've never had the volume cut in and out though. That's interesting.
They too are our brothers and sisters.
So the Genome Soldiers mean that the experiments were a success?
Success? Don't be a fool. They're a complete failure. We're on the verge of extinction.
What?
I got a baby.
Have you ever heard of the asymmetry theory?
A super baby.
Nature tends
To get what Zoe wants, she uses the super baby
species
method.
which have gone extinct all show signs of symmetry. The Genome Soldiers suffer from the same problem, signs of symmetry. So do I, as do you. That's right. We are all on the verge of death at the genetic level. We don't know when or what type of disease will occur. That's why we need the old man's genetic information.
You want Big Boss's DNA so you can save your family? It's very touching.
In nature, family members don't mate with each other, and yet they help each other to survive. Do you know why? Because it increases the chances that shared genes will be transmitted to future generations.
First-hand experience that dogs will absolutely mate with their family members.
Natural selection. That we will help our blood relatives
So, Liquid, I don't know
in our very genes.
how researched that statement was for you.
You're telling me that your genes are ordering you to save the Genome Soldiers?
You can't fight your genes. It's fate. All living things are born for the sole purpose of passing on their parents' genes. That's why I'll follow what my genes tell me.
A large number of the dogs
Then
my dad
I'm going to go
had
in order to break the curse of my
are inbred. Like,
and to do
because he didn't think it would happen either, and then they just started fucking each other. It was really awful.
you.
I mean, the dogs are fine,
Look behind you.
but he has to keep them separate a lot of times now.
Meryl?
Oh yeah, by the way, Meryl's been here the whole time.
Is she alive?
I'm not sure. She was alive a few hours ago. Poor girl kept calling your name.
Meryl.
Stupid woman. Falling in love with a man who doesn't even have a name?
I have a name.
No. We have no past, no future. If we did, our fate is nothing but what is determined in the genes we inherited from our
Meryl here. Oh no. No.
Let Meryl go.
I'm the one that does the bad jokes around here.
We finished our business. We're almost out of time.
You're talking about Fox Die.
No. It seems now that the Pentagon knows that Metal Gear is destroyed. They've arrived at a decision. They won't even need a BDA. If you want the details, why don't you ask your precious Colonel Campbell?
Maybe I will, touches his ear bones to call him Campbell.
Colonel, can you hear
That
me?
could somehow break
Yes, I'm listening.
What is
get
the
lost.
Pentagon trying to do? Colonel, answer me.
The Secretary of Defense has taken over active control of this operation. He's on his way there by AWACS.
What for?
To bomb the place.
What?
Not only that, B-2 bombers just lifted off from Galena Air Force Base. They're carrying B-6113 surface-piercing tactical nuclear bombs.
What? Metal Gear is destroyed. Tell the Secretary of Defense.
The Secretary of Defense heard that Naomi double-crossed us, and he's worried about Fox Die. Now that there's no more danger of a nuclear strike from Metal Gear, he's going to do whatever's necessary to cover up the truth of what really happened here.
He's going to drop a nuclear bomb to vaporize all the evidence, along with anyone who knows anything.
Don't worry, Snake. I'll stop the nuclear strike.
How?
I may be only a figurehead here, but I'm still officially in command of this mission. If I issue an order to delay the strike, it'll confuse the chain of command and at least buy you some time. It'll give you a chance to escape.
But Colonel, if you do that...
It's okay, Snake. The truth is, Foxhound was already the subject of an undercover investigation. Merrill was transferred to this base just before the terrorist attack as a way of manipulating me.
Those bastards.
I'm sorry. They forced me to cooperate in exchange for her life.
But now she's
You better
dead.
get out of there, Snake.
Are you sure? It'll be bad for you.
Don't worry.
The song's
It's the
for
least I can do for you
Not
after
Meryl
all
being
the
dead.
lies.
Colonel.
I'm ordering them to cancel the bombing run. After that, there's no turning back. Huh? What are you doing?
Snake!
Mei Ling, what happened to the Colonel?
I don't believe it!
What happened?
Snake, the Colonel!
Roy Campbell has been relieved of duty. This is the Secretary of Defense, Jim Hausman.
Put the Colonel back on.
He's been placed under arrest for leaking top-secret information and for the crime of high treason.
Ridiculous.
Yes, he is a ridiculous man. He truly believed that he was in command of this operation.
Hey, Eth, can you do me a favor?
Bastard.
There won't be a speck of evidence left. I'm sure the President would want the same thing.
The President
So
ordered
I
this.
have
The
the
President
pre-recorded
is a busy
message
man.
that
I have complete
Colonel Campbell was going to tell the
authority
people for the
How
bomb.
do
If you want to type in
plan on
exclamation mark
explaining a
stars.
nuclear attack on Alaska to the media.
Don't worry.
Stars!
We've prepared
Can't
a
do it.
convincing cover story.
Not today.
We'll simply say that the terrorists exploded a nuclear device.
Damn it! You'll be murdering everyone here. The scientists, the genome army, everyone.
Donald, the DARPA chief, is already dead.
So you didn't mean to kill the DARPA chief after all.
He was my friend.
And you could care less about what happens to everybody else, huh?
Well, if you give me the optic disc, I might consider saving them.
What are you talking about?
Metal Gear's test data. Donald was supposed to bring it back.
I don't have it.
I see. Oh, well, that's okay. You two are an embarrassment from the 1970s. Our country's dirty little secret.
Hi, Zoe.
You
Oh my
can't be
god.
allowed
Can
to
you
live. You're just the lingering ghosts of a system that is no more. Well, do try to get along in the time you have left before the bomb.
Right.
Oh, there's no way out for us. Let's finish this before the airstrike. You stole everything.
He just
from me.
ripped the ropes off my hand. I like that he left my gloves on.
I shall nullify you and your
I took
team,
my shirt off.
and I will take them all back. She'll make a beautiful sacrifice for our final battle. Do you see this? This will be the time limit for our final battle.
Now, I've seen the
When
speedrun
death
strats
comes
for this
for
fight.
Girl, this
I don't
nuclear
remember
module
them,
shall vanish from this
or
world as well.
Would I be confident
If
in
you
trying to
win,
do them?
You might still be able to save her. You could enjoy one brief moment of love.
But I
before
do
the end.
remember, don't kick him.
And if you cross this line, you'll fall. At this height, it'll kill even you. How about you, Snake?
Nope. I guess I'll just kick him. It's like you're supposed to like trap in a corner or something. But I'm not gonna be good at that. Oops.
What?
I'm gonna die.
Snake? Is that all you've got? What's wrong, Snake?
But if I crouch properly, I can heal. For fuck's sake, really? Just wasting time. There's no way I'm gonna win this fight.
What's wrong?
Ah!
Out of time.
Get his dog tag, quick! And then I died.
What's wrong, Snake?
I just spewed blood out of my chest and died.
What's wrong, Snake?
Come on, I want to throw him this time. There we go. I like that, like, he's running around, I'm just like tripping him like a lunchroom bully.
Is that all you've got?
I need to stop throwing him off the edge, it's wasting time. It's just fun.
Hurry!
Oh my god, what was that?
Hurry!
Whoops, I didn't mean to grab him like that. God damn it.
You're out of time!
There we go. Ready for more monologue?
Snake!
Why do I get to be Snake and he gets to be Liquid? I mean, it would be weird for him to call me Solid, but like, we're both Snake. Also, Meryl's dead. I know I keep saying that, but I just want to like prep people that Meryl's dead.
Meryl. Meryl.
I mean, that does make sense for his military background, honestly. You usually get a nickname, but it's not one of your choosing, and it's usually something embarrassing. Anyway, canonically, Meryl doesn't die. If anyone's, like, sad about this.
Forgive me.
Or she's brought back as a clone. I don't know. Kojima can do whatever he
I gave
wants.
into my fear. I gave into my pain.
Metal Gear Solid 7 will explain
I sold your life to save my own.
that both of these are correct.
I'm a loser. I'm not the hero you thought I was. I'm nothing. Meryl, I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Meryl can't forgive anyone anymore.
Yeah, you
Oh, God.
loser.
She's gone, Snake.
Because of me.
I guess blaming yourself makes it easier, huh? Focusing on that will keep you from thinking about her death.
What the hell do you know? Meryl's dead. I lost.
So, are you gonna stay here and die? Along with her? Snake. People die. But death is not defeat.
The way these lines are delivered makes me feel like Otacon's possessed.
I lost Wolf, too. But that wasn't defeat. She and I will be together forever. We didn't lose anything.
Together. Forever.
It's true that Wolf is dead. But our love didn't die with her. Life isn't just a game of win or lose. Don't you think? Let's live, Snake. There's a parking garage right next door. We can get to the surface from there. Come on. I released all the security locks. It'll be okay. We can escape. You have my word on it.
Otacon.
For as fucked up as his backstory
You've
is,
changed.
Otacon's a good guy.
I'm through regretting the past. Life isn't all about loss, you know?
And suddenly she's bleeding from her mouth. I don't think that was there earlier.
It started.
Maybe it was. I don't know.
Those guys seem like they only hurry when they're destroying things.
It was? Okay.
Good. Let them destroy it. But they can't destroy the human spirit.
Okay. Let's go.
Go, Otacon. The power of friendship.
Meryl. I hope you're still watching me. You'll see if I'm a legendary man or not. Come on, hustle.
Snake, it's cold outside. You'll freeze like that.
Oh, good. My clothes.
My sneaking suit.
You better hurry. Hurry!
Ass, crotch, chin. Everything about a man.
Now you look like yourself again.
Unfortunately, to see the Meryl ending, I'd have to do quite a bit of the game. Again.
Uh-oh, a surveillance camera. Uh-oh, no key. It's got keys. Let's go.
Wait, throw the man! Huh.
Snake, climb in. Let's go. Use the weapon button to fire that machine gun. Shoot back with it, Snake.
Whee!
Snake, here they come. Snake, do something about them.
Working on it, Otacon. Put my one ration up.
Here they come. Snake, you gotta clear a path.
I mean, the last thing you typed for me was the liquid affix for the poop incident. So, I don't know. Check guild chat.
Not yet, Snake! It's not over yet! Liquid!
It's time for liquid again. We've had second liquid, yes. What about third liquid? Gross. Actually, that sounds horrible. Let's not. If I remember right, this whole sequence is not like this whole sequence doesn't have a health meter. It's all like scripted.
Snake, look, daylight.
Until like the end there, I think. I don't remember exactly the specifics. It's been a long time since I've had a Metal Gear Solid Twin Snake speedrun explained to me. Would have been like 3-ish years ago, I want to say. I'm not gonna punch you, I'm gonna use my head. Like, why? Say airplane noise again.
Are you okay?
I guess so.
Otacon, can you move?
It's no use. I can't move.
I got to keep my one ration, though.
Snake. Snake! Fox?
Die.
Hey, we reached the title of the stream. I'd say roll credits, but it's literally coming soon.
If he's dead, that means...
Don't think about it, Snake.
What happened to the air raid? No stealth bombers in sight.
Oh no, Snake, they're stealth. Gosh. In the name.
Snake, can you hear me?
Colonel!
Are you okay?
Colonel, what happened?
The Secretary of Defense has been arrested. Early retirement.
Arrested?
I was able to get into contact with the President. Metal Gear, the training exercise, all of it. It was all the Secretary of Defense.
Got in touch with the President. His frequency is...
What happened to the air raid and the nuclear strike?
The orders were rescinded. The F-117s and the B-2 bombers have returned to the base. Once again, I have complete authority over this operation.
I see.
Washington isn't stupid enough to use nukes to cover up a few secrets.
I wonder about that.
In
Bye,
any
Gleam.
case,
Have fun.
The danger's over. Thanks, Snake.
Colonel, about Meryl.
I already know.
Colonel?
Meryl was my daughter.
What?
I didn't find out until recently. I got a letter from her mother, my dead brother's wife. I was going to tell her after this operation was over.
Colonel,
It's okay, Snake. Thanks anyway. Snake, I'm sorry I kept a lot of things from you.
It's okay, Colonel.
Snake, I'm not a colonel.
Oh, that's right.
I've got a present for you. There's a snowmobile close to you. Mei Ling saw it on the satellite photos. This time of year, the glaciers are pretty calm. You should be able to ride right out of there. I'll bet the boys at the DIA and the NSA never expected you to come home alive.
Me neither. I better not show my face around there.
No danger of that. You two officially died after your Jeep sank into the ocean.
That's not too far from the truth.
There's also a helicopter waiting for you at the Fox Islands.
Okay, Roy. Are you going to be okay?
Don't worry. I've got an insurance policy. A hard copy of all of Mei Ling's data. As long as I've got that, you, me, and Mei Ling will be fine.
The battery on these nanomachines will run out soon. They won't be able to follow us.
I guess we won't meet again.
Don't worry. I'll pay you a visit sometime.
We won't meet again.
Really? I'll look forward to that.
Roy, just tell me one thing.
What?
About Fox Die. What about me? It killed Liquid.
Naomi said she wants to talk to you face to face about that.
How is she?
Don't worry. Mei Ling's with her right now. I'm switching over to Naomi.
Snake, it's me.
Naomi?
I heard about my brother.
Fox, no, Frank wanted to tell you something. He told me to tell you to forget about him and to go on with your own life.
Frankie said that?
Yeah.
Frankie?
He also said he'll always love you. Naomi, your brother just saved you, me, and the whole world. He fought on sheer willpower until the very end.
Maybe now he's finally found some peace. My brother was already dying. Ever since he fought with you in Zanzibar land, he's been like a ghost. A ghost looking for a place to die.
Naomi, Liquid died from Fox Die too. What about me? When am I going to go?
That's up to you.
What do you mean?
Everybody dies when their time's up.
Yeah, so when's mine up?
It's up to you how you use the time left to you.
Not an answer.
Leave, Snake. That's all I can say to you. Each person is born with their fate written into their own genetic code, inscribed into their genes. But that's not all there is to life. I finally realized that. I told you before, the reason that I was interested in genes and DNA. Because I wanted to know who I was, where I came from. I thought that if I analyzed my DNA, I could find out who I was, who my parents were. And I thought that if I knew that, then I'd know what path I should take in life. But I was wrong. I didn't find anything. I didn't learn anything. Just like with the genome soldiers, you can input all the genetic information, but that doesn't make them into the strongest soldiers. The most we can say about DNA is that its genetic information houses a person's strengths or destiny. You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. Snake.
Otacon. Please, we're having a moment here.
The important thing is that you choose life. And then live. Don't you think, Snake? Don't worry. I'm gonna choose life too.
Poor Otacon.
Until today, I've always looked for a reason to live.
It's still going.
But from now on, I'm going to just live. Genes exist to pass down our hopes and dreams for the future through our children. Living
It's supposed to be a
is
positive
right
note, so like
outcome.
laughing is fine,
All
but
is
it's
tethered to the future.
it's like Otacon, please.
Loving each other, teaching each new generation, then the world can change. I finally realized it. The true meaning of life. Thank you, Snake.
Kids in this economy.
Until today.
I mean, it'll get more into stuff in 2 as well.
Survival has been the
Where you start talking about memes before they were internet memes.
That's not just you. That's how everyone is.
I only felt truly alive when I was staring death in the face. I don't know. Maybe it's written into my genes.
What about now?
I want to enjoy life. I really do. How about you, Otacon?
Me? I feel like a new man.
So what are you gonna do? Continue your research?
No. Science and technology are fine, but humans are my interest now.
Sounds good.
The whole reason I got into science in the first place was because I was no good with people. I was scared of them. I was scared of life. I thought that I could never understand them
Oh,
because
our little
they're
nerd
so
boy.
illogical. But I finally learned how to like people. There's no reason for me to be afraid anymore.
You and I are more alike than I thought.
I'm no wolf, but I'm not gonna just stand on the sidelines anymore. I'm gonna stand on my own 2 feet. I'm
Feel
not
so
gonna
preachy
hide
now. I
anymore.
mean, a little bit.
You're giving up your stealth camo?
Huh? Oh, yeah. You can have it.
And that's how we get stealth camo in New Game Plus.
So, this is where we say goodbye to our loves as well. Want me to drive?
No thanks. I'd rather do it myself.
No problem. Where to, Snake?
My real name is David Otacon.
I'm Hal, Dave.
Oh, that's right. Hal. Hal and Dave. That's a good one. Maybe we should take a trip to Jupiter.
So, where you going, Dave?
I think it's time for me to look for a new path in life.
A new path?
To get more stupider.
Will you find
No,
it?
it's a reference to 2001: A
I'll
Space
find it.
Odyssey. Gosh.
I know I'll find it.
Dated? But yeah, the movie didn't actually. The movie's old. Like, I don't know. And eventually will become the giant space baby in the middle of the universe. 1980s, there were more than 60,000 nuclear warheads in the world at all times. The total destructive power amounted to 1 million times that of the Hiroshima A-bomb. January 1993, START 2 was signed, and the United States and Russia agreed to reduce the number of deployed strategic nuclear warheads to 3,000 to 3,500 each. Okay, but however, as in 2003, there still exists more than 20,000 nuclear warheads in the world. Video games aren't political. The video game. The movie. The video game. The stream. I don't like how these credits are moving on my screen. They look fine on the preview, but like they're all moving like weirdly different rates. I don't know. Like, but yeah, no, the Metal Gear games do get kind of preachy, especially with their monologues and stuff. But I don't mind it so much. I mean, I kind of wish they were shorter a little bit, but like. In this one, I think I'm not gonna say I have perfect memory of 2 and 3 and 4, especially not 4. 4 is a lot, but this kind of feels like the preachiness is kind of the characters coming to terms with like the shit they just kind of learned, their own little epiphanies in the games, and they're just kind of like talking it through. So I get that, and I don't mind that so much. It's when the game like stops and looks. When games, not necessarily this one, stops, look directly into the camera and just start telling you exactly what the game means. But because in this one you get like the themes of the games, but you get them through like the lens of each character. And I don't know, I kind of like that a little better. I mean, it definitely could have been way worse. But the games do get more into like passing information on to the next generation, and how that's how you like affect change and, you know, make a better world for everyone, is basically like leave the world in a better state than when you started it, kind of thing. And we're gonna get more into that in Metal Gear Solid 2, because Metal Gear Solid 2 is all about information control and AI, basically scanning the internet and controlling exactly what everyone can see. And that's the whole thing with the Patriots. Is that the Patriots exist to control the world, and they get turned in. They were men in the 60s and 70s, and then they all died or whatever, and they were AIs in Metal Gear Solid 2. Sorry, spoilers for Metal Gear Solid 2. And then that gets talked about with, like, how passing information down from one generation to the next, it will change and get controlled and go through a filter of some kind, and that's up to, like, someone else's interpretation, so you need to be careful. It's kind of like a digital literacy in a video game. And how, like, Snake is outside of that, because Solid Snake can't have children, but he still, like, takes on Raiden, not as a child, but, like, helps him out, that kind of stuff. And how, like, the way Solid Snake was trained and did combat is very different from Raiden's, and that sort of, and how that still works out to be whatever, but, like, Raiden still needs the guidance of Solid Snake even after all of that, because you can't just, like, take out the generation before you. It's all interpreted and changed and morphed into something new for each generation. And there's it will go into that for a long time at the end of Metal Gear Solid 2. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of Kojima definitely wanted to say things with his games. And part of it being so absolutely fucking wild kind of helps with that, because he does just kind of dump on you, but then you have, like, a moment where it doesn't, and you can, like, play the game a little bit more, and then it just dumps on you again after, like, big story beats, which is funny because he gets made fun of for that, but that is just how games worked for a really long time. Like, you have some gameplay, and then you do a thing, and then you get, like, rewarded with story. He's I would say a little behind the times in that regard, but, like, old adventure games, old JRPGs, that's when you get, like, you do a thing, and then you get, you know, the FMV video, you get the big anime deal in a JRPG, or, like, a CG cutscene, or something like that, something really big, and they have a big talk, and everyone, like, gathers around, you get everyone's perspective and, like, an update on the story so far, and that happened all the time, but just not in these types of games. So, like, Kojima's not really doing anything strange to me. It does get out of hand, though. In Metal Gear Solid 4, it's not a movie, but I think I don't want to say it has the most amount of, like, cutscenes and non-gameplay elements in like a Guinness World Record kind of thing. But it is longer than the other games by far.
You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live.
Look, it's dogs.
Whether you've been programmed or not isn't important. The important thing is that you choose life.
Sorry, Zoe.
And then live.
Yes, sir. The entire unit was wiped out. Yes. Yes, sir. Thanks to the vaccine. Yes, those two are still alive. The Vector? Yes, sir. No! Don't go! Yes,
right for the twist, too. You're gonna leave? Oh, my God.
Rex's warhead data. No, there are no other records. They've all been deleted from the base's computer. No, sir.
Well,
My
have fun.
number is intact. Nobody knows who I really am. Yes, the DARPA chief knew my identity, but he's been disposed of. Yes. Yes.
And this is, like, right at the end of the game anyway.
Dead. The inferior
It's just
one was the winner after all. That's right.
Ocelot dropping twist after
Until
twist
the
after
very
twist.
end, Liquid thought he was the inferior one. Of course, the other one thinks so too. Yes, sir. I agree completely. It takes a well-balanced individual such as yourself to rule the world. Yes. Yes, sir. No, sir. No one knows that you were the third one, Solidus. What should I do about the woman? Yes, sir. I understand. The surveillance will continue. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. President.
The third child was the president all along. I'm a tarantula. I killed 16 enemies. Okay. Which is like a very low body count, honestly. Continue 12 times, saved 3 times. Took me over 7.5 hours. Not bad for not knowing what I was doing most of the time, because it's been so long. And now I have the camera, and stealth. And now I can look for ghosts. Yay. Okay. Well, that's it for that. Let's fuck around with stealth camo for a little bit while I figure out what I want to do. Keep it on normal. Yeah. Might need. Okay. I have like several other games that I have on the list. That I was thinking of playing, but nah. I don't know what I want to do. I was gonna ask, but no one's here. Nate, please. Okay. I was gonna play The Misadventures of Trombone. That is actually the next game on the list. Stealth camo! No one can see me, and now I can do shit like this.
Was there a noise just now?
Oh, look, he's the bobbing his head! Oh, not anymore.
Was there a noise just now?
Okay. I love the stealth camo. Just being able to mess around in stealth camo is so much fun. But yeah, so I might switch over to that game. I have several controller games as well. Hi, Moobs. You missed the end. That's okay. I mean, it's a lot of monologuing, and now I'm messing around with stealth camo. How are you though? And that wants me to go back to disc 1, which we won't be doing. Maybe I'll just switch over to that. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna switch over to Misadventures, I think, because that was a game that I was kind of interested in doing. I know they're like all on my list for games to play, which is kind of funny. But like, all the other games that I would play are not on my list, and I may as well like stick to the list while I can. And eventually we'll get back to Final Fantasy X. Has my phone been making noise this whole time? Oh my god. Not that you guys can hear it. Because my phone is never loud. Weird. Alright. So, we're gonna close out of that. And that's gonna be really weird for OBS. But, oh yeah, moves. So you don't know... You don't know, you didn't get to hear the update, because you were not here. So, I went to the fracture clinic yesterday. And, they, took more x-rays, right? Because I was like, it's been a week, and they're like, okay, well, let's get some new x-rays or whatever, and this guy, and how did I describe it to everyone on Discord? It was... where's up here? No? Nope, went too far. I was very unconvincingly and dismissively told that both of my elbows have fractures and are minimally broken, whatever that means. So that's how that was described to me. So they took the splints away from me. I couldn't see a fracture. Like, looking at my own x-rays, there's no... Like, my bone does not look like it has any sort of, like, breaks in it. So, but, like, you know, I'm not an expert. So. Controller has been made into controller number 2 again, so, can't do anything. Why does it do that? That's so weird. We're gonna unplug that for a bit. Here's how we go on. So they took me out of the splint, though. And they retook more x-rays, and the guy did not seem convinced that I had breaks in my arms. He seemed very confused at which arm he was looking at as well. That was a big tell for me. So, I mean, what I need to do with my arms is exactly the answer he would have given me anyway. So, like, I didn't, like, fight him on it, but, like, my elbows are messed up. I know that. But I didn't see any fractures. I don't know what, like, the medical definition of a fracture is. If it's, like, mild dislocation counts as, like, a fracture, or, like, something else is broken that's not a bone can be considered a fracture. But, like, I don't know how you'd notice that from an x-ray. Like, were they just too far apart? And he's like, oh, yeah, your bones are broken. But, like, I didn't see a fracture. Unless it was, like, but he said minimally broken. So, I don't have the splint anymore. My left arm is very clearly, and now that I don't have the splint, my left arm is very much in worse shape than my right arm. So, still won't be using a keyboard. That's going to be a problem for me. But instead of being in a splint, I am actually in 2 arm slings now. Which I'm a terrible patient for, and I don't use all the time. But, I go back next week. And we'll see where we're at then. But yeah, so that's me. That's why I'm playing Twin Snakes, not something else. So I was really excited to not have to wear a splint. It's kind of a side grade, honestly. I can do more things without the splint. And if I really need to, I can just come out of the slings and do something like shower. But for the most part, like, my arms hurt too much to do a whole lot of anything. Being able to test the mobility of my left arm, though, has been interesting. I can twist my wrist counterclockwise, like away from me. Not very far, but like when I twist it towards me, it hurts very quickly. I can still, like, make a fist. My grip is way better now. But, like, any weight at all on my left arm hurts. So something's clearly wrong. So I'm mostly using a controller so I can let my arms rest, that sort of thing. But he was, like I said, he was very unconvinced sounding that my things were fractured. He looked at it and like immediately knew that it was fractured. But like I said, I didn't see any fractures on my X-rays. I did not ask for copies. Unfortunately, I forgot. Otherwise, I'd show them off on stream. That'd be a lot of fun. Well, you'd still see that though, right? Because like a hairline fracture is still a fracture. Like you'd see like a line in the bone. And if you don't see the line, I don't know how he saw a fracture. But he's the only one that saw it. I mean, he's a fracture expert, I suppose. I would assume if he's working in the fracture clinic. But the ER doc didn't see any fractures. He wasn't super concerned, but he put me in a splint just in case. And this guy wasn't. This guy was like, "Oh yeah, your arm's totally broken." And I was like, "That's the wrong arm." He was like, "Oh, well then the other arm's broken." And I was like, "Okay." Because he was like, "Oh yeah, your right arm's totally broken. Like, there's absolutely super fracture here. Like, I don't know what's going on there. Like, you got a fracture." And I was like, "My right arm's the one that's kind of fine though. Like, I can move it around." And he starts like poking me. He's like, "Does this hurt? No. Does this hurt? No. Does this hurt? No. What about this? No. Okay." And he goes back to the X-ray and he's like, And I go, "Okay, but it does when I like lift things, like when I not like any weight, but like when I put some amount of weight on my arm, it hurts like right in the middle of my forearm." And he's like, "Oh, it's totally broken then. Both your arms broken." I was like, "Oh, okay." I mean, like, you're the expert, but like it was not a very convincing process to learn that I had fractures in both of my bones. So I'm not counting it as me breaking bones until I can get my X-rays and look at them myself and be convinced that I have broken bones. For now, but like I said, the answer to no matter what, even if I had any problems with my elbows, it would be put my arms in slings and let them rest and try not to move them, which I'm really awful at. Because I use my hands all the time, and now when I want to do things, I go, "I'll just use my hands," and I go, "Wait, no." But yeah, if it's minimally broken, I'm not super concerned. I'm not going to be like, "Oh man, my arms are so broken, I can't do anything." It's just like I don't really know what that means. But yeah, that's where my arms are. So we will be continuing doing whatever the fuck I want this week too. I have to call work. I haven't done that yet. I need to call work and let them know that I won't be working next week either. I don't think I will be fully healed by next Friday. But I don't know. So like, if I knew where the break was, this is part of the thing that annoys me the most. If I knew what kind of break I had, where it was, I would know what to avoid, right? Like what I can and can't do. Like if both bones in my forearm were broken, one, I'd be in a splint. And I would know, don't twist your arm. Just don't. That's a problem. Don't put any weight on it. Shit's fucked. Don't do it. So that's where I'd be at for that. Like I know what I would do for that sort of break. But when I look at a perfectly normal looking arm X-ray, to me, not an expert again, and he just goes, "Yeah, it's broken," and then just like leaves the room. What do I do? Like, I can't do nothing. I have to use one of my arms at least for stuff. He's definitely very busy, very overworked, has a lot of shit to do. So like I get moving right along there. I would have appreciated some sort of explanation. I might ask on Friday. Next Friday anyway. But he put me in another arm sling, so I have two slings. I basically have two gun holsters for my arms strapped to my chest now. They actually, for my left arm without the splint, it hurts having my arm in a sling, because the edge of the sling, my elbow is not where all the weight goes for my arm. It goes right on the hem, right on the edge, right where my arm is. And that's where my wrist is supposed to be. So all of my arm's weight is on my wrist. And that hurts. And I can't adjust it. I think I actually have a sling that's too big. But if I push it all the way to the back and curl my hands in to get away from the hem, it's fine. I can deal with that. I have to do the same for my right hand as well. But he gave me another sling. I got outfitted in my sling and stuff. But before he left, he was like, okay, so like both your arms are broken. I was like, okay, so am I gonna get more splints? And he was like, yeah. I was like, okay, so I'm getting 2 splints. And he goes, yep, and just left the room. Never to come back. And I was like, okay. So then the tech comes in with a sling and starts putting a sling. I was like, wait, am I not getting a splint? Like, you're not gonna like wrap my arm or whatever? And he's like, no, he just said a sling. I was like, I literally directly asked him if I'm getting 2 splints, and he said yes. He went, okay, well, I'll go check. So we went and checked with him, and no, not getting a splint. So I don't know. Not a helpful doctor. Maybe a good doctor, but not a helpful doctor. So I don't know. I didn't get any instructions. It was just sort of like, here's a sling, off you go. So whatever. I'm not gonna like push myself too hard. Showering is still gonna be difficult. Whatever. Getting dressed still sucks. But basically, I'm working under the assumption that if it hurts, don't do it. And then put your arm in a sling when you're not using it, or when you don't need to use it. That sort of stuff. F has been helping me with a lot of things too. So shout outs to F who's working. Weirdly, like opening jars, where I'm not doing anything right now because I'm waiting for my controller to like reset. But opening jars, the worst part isn't so much like the opening motion, or like turning the lid. It's holding on to the jar itself to turn the lid. Because my left arm hurts way more than my right arm. So, yeah. So like I can still do things, and I'm getting much better at typing one-handed. But like if I was in 2 splints, my life would be hell. 1, I wouldn't be streaming today. 2, I probably wouldn't even be able to tell anyone that I'm not streaming today. Because I wouldn't be able to use my phone. I wouldn't be able to type. My computer would just be useless. I really doubt I'd be able to do much of anything. And that would be absolute shit. And I would just be like, just leave my arm broken. That's I'll deal with it later. Let one arm heal okay, and then we'll just fuck up the other one while I do things. And then when that's done, we'll break the one again, and we'll heal that one while I can use the other. Oh god, that would be miserable. So I'm glad I just have 2 slings. I'm glad they're minimally broken, whatever that means. And then eventually, I feel like I'm healing very quickly. So we'll see. If it's minimally broken, you can't really see it on X-ray. I imagine that it's broken in a place that doesn't really make much of a difference. It's probably just a small break, maybe a chip or something. But yeah. Bixby sent a message to Discord. Oh my god, that would be... No one would be able to read my messages. Oh, please be controller 1, thank god. Okay. That was maybe not the smartest thing I've ever done. Okay. Here we go. Alright, so, I think I've got a CRT filter running right now, because I wasn't sure I'd be, like, streaming. But RetroArt, please. There we go. I do have the CRT filter. Shaders. Remove. Oh, no. Can I just turn them off and then back on? Why changes? If anyone really wants a good CRT shader emulator thing, RetroArch with CRT Royale is actually very good. Bixby, this is the Internet Explorer voices. Bixby is fine. Just like all the other assistants are fine. I have this song on my phone. Yeah, no, I don't think I could use Bixby. I haven't set Bixby up on my phone. So, like, if for whatever reason if I broke both of my arms and I had to be in like casts, I couldn't use Bixby because it doesn't exist. I couldn't do it. Is this gonna be gameplay or is this gonna be like the intro? I want the intro to play for stream reasons.
So, what do you all think of our new ship, huh? How's she holding up?
This takes place after Mega Man Legends 1. And this doesn't play when you start a new game.
Looks like you did another excellent job.
Well, it's been a while since I played Mega Man Legends, I guess.
How you're able to build such neat toys.
It's not that big of a deal, Teasel. I mean, you were able to get us the best.
Also, Tron has metal underwear. I'm gonna point that out because someone's gonna notice and point it out. So I'm gonna get ahead of that. She has metal underwear, and I don't know why. I pointed out Mega Man Legends too, but like this one you see it a lot more.
We're going to have to work hard to get it back.
I know it's supposed to be like part robot, but
Big plan for us this time. We're going to take the legendary treasure of the Nakai Desert, Diana's Tear.
What?
I actually get Diana's Tear in this game.
Biggest refractors in the world. How did you find it?
It wasn't easy. I had to spend a lot to get that information. That old junk dealer drove a hard bargain.
Also, Teasel Bond is still my favorite voice actor. Like, his voice performance is just fantastic.
I'm going to take Shift B in. Man your stations, everyone. We're rolling out.
Anyway. Moobs, I don't know if you remember this game. We owned a physical copy of it. We don't anymore. It got lost. It hit a move. And it's worth several $100s now.
Done enough work already. Can't have you.
Makes me feel good about losing things in moves. Yeah, I'm gonna change it in a second. I was actually sitting there waiting for my controller to reset.
We'll be back before you know it.
But hi Z.
Sit back.
How are you?
Relax, okay? All right, boys. Ready? Let's go get that treasure!
Yay! And they changed his voice. This fucking baby sounds like that now. You feel like you've seen me stream this game like 10 times? I don't think so. I don't think I've ever streamed it. I streamed Mega Man Legends. I don't remember streaming Misadventures ever. Anyway, let me, whoa. You didn't like that. Alright. Ta-da! How many Mega Man Legends? This one and Mega Man Legends 2, that's it. Okay, so I'm gonna do something really horrible real quick. And I'm gonna stop stream, just for VOD reasons. While we switch over to the game and whatever. So I'm gonna, like, blip my stream really quickly. I wish I could separate this out before I exported it to YouTube, but it's much easier for me on YouTube to just have separate videos because I don't feel like I don't do local recording. But anyway, I'm back in like a second.